Hello out there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. I'm Randy. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum, Thorchain, and Bitcoin Cash. Let's start out with BTC, which yesterday decided to take us all for a bit of a roller coaster ride. Things were looking pretty good with a couple of nice candles. We said let's kind of wait and see what it does a little bit. Hopefully we can move up. We didn't move up. We moved back down, but then we did come back up a little bit in some elevated volume. This is not the ideal situation, but one thing about this market right now is that we haven't really been able to fall down. And if we can't go down, we'll eventually go up. And I think we may be kind of wearing out our welcome here to the downside. So we'll see what happens. But Bitcoin yesterday putting in on the daily time frame here, a not good stalling candle. So you see the wick to the top of yesterday's candle. Let me zoom in really big for you there. All this wick, you can kind of imply that a good portion of this volume went to that selling pressure, because if it was buying pressure, it would close higher, and we didn't do that. So we ended up closing lower, but we didn't make any new lows. It was just some distribution that stepped in. Maybe it'll be a one-time thing. Maybe it won't. But I mentioned another thing yesterday, which was more important, is this declining trend line and us needing to get above that. I think that is of significance. And that is something that you really should be watching out for. So a decline yesterday, while it sucks, isn't the end of the world. And we should be able to power through that eventually, given enough horizontal time, which the market looks like right now it's willing to give us. We'll see about the next coming weeks. I will generally say, after going through all the market, if you guys don't know, I go through about 300 coins every day before I do these videos. And so I get to see the whole gamut of stuff, and the market really doesn't like falling recently. We've had a lot of potential shorts. Almost none of them have worked, but some of our longs are starting to. So let's take a look at some of those, and we'll start with a potential long with Ethereum. Here we talked about this one yesterday. On the intraday with Ethereum, we had the same shakeout in the markets, resulting in kind of a hammer candle with a large wick to the downside, implying accumulation. Volume wasn't very big, but it did lead us to the rally that we're in currently, resulting in a topping candle right at our alert at the 1626 level. So we'll see if it can get above that, if it can power through that sometime today. I think that would show quite a bit of strength in the market, especially the altcoin market, not necessarily Bitcoin market. You can't have a bifurcated market where Bitcoin's doing one thing and the altcoins are doing something else. That may be what's happening here. So yeah, we got to wait to see if that gets above the 1626, and if it does, then we're looking towards this 1817 level, and hopefully we don't get stopped out down here. If you notice yesterday, so this line here, we never got in this trade, but we probably would have been stopped out if we did get into this trade early yesterday, which is why you don't want to enter trades early. I know it's difficult because you see potential and you just want to jump on it before it happens. But the problem is people see that potential that want to sell it, and they'll sell into that potential because someone's buying the potential rather than the actual breakout. So this is twice now that we've tested the level. Hasn't happened yet. You got to be patient. All right, Thorchain, this is one we have been kind of on top of. Had a failed trade up here, pulled back. We talked about getting in on the declining trendline break. Kind of waffled that a little bit, but on the way up here, we talked about this potential trade, and it's in the mix. We're trying to get up to the 1981. That's your traditional breakout level. We have this trade planned out here. Just getting to that point in itself would be an okay little trade, and so far that's working out. But ideally, past that, we'll be able to get past the 198. If that happens, then we'll be in a pretty good situation. So let's hope things stay good. Volume needs to pick up today. Now, I maybe shouldn't have used the word needs to, because it needs to move when we're breaking out, and we're not breaking out yet. So today's volume action as it sits right now is actually excellent. If it increases on the way out, if you look at this move here, we had a nice move, high volume candle right there. And then we moved up here to two lower volume candles, then a bigger volume breakout candle, which was good, then another big volume candle. So if we can have that kind of a trajectory on the daily time frame, maybe this is just one of many green candles. You can see back here off of the lows, we had two elevated volume candles here, a pretty elevated stalling candle yesterday with the rest of the market. So you kind of have to give that a little bit of a pass because coins will move with the market. But today, with 11 hours left, this is looking pretty good. So if we can maintain a bullish close on this one today, Rune's looking nice. And then Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, we had this last week, somewhere down here, and this is a trade that's looking pretty good. We're starting to see a little bit of distribution, the buying pressure waning away some. Let's hope it can stay up. But if you did buy this actually you didn't buy this last week because we didn't actually cross the trend line until, looks like about 3 days ago. Sorry I missed following up on this one, but about 3 days, they only want me covering 2 or 3 coins. I got to kind of pick my poison. But we did this about 3 days ago, never hit the stop loss, rallied up, took about a day or two to rally up. And now if you want to move your stop loss up to that break-even point, I think that would be a prudent move at this stage of the game. You don't want to lose any money, especially in this market environment. We haven't proven that we're super bullish. What we want to do is give things a chance to work while at the same time trying to minimize our risk. And break-even stop loss here would be a good way to do that, because if you come all the way back down here from already breaking out to the 225, we don't want to stick with it, because it's probably a move that's not going to happen. It's a move that was faked or even was real. They just sold into it too much to overwhelm the buying pressure. And that's all I got for you guys. The market's looking pretty good. Like I mentioned earlier, I go through a bunch of charts every day and things don't look like they're dropping. And so you have to kind of keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that they can't drop. I don't like things sitting on the floor, but we've been unable to go through the floor. And so we'll probably just end up rising, at least for the foreseeable future. And then we'll see what the market holds and what the volume looks like. And then you can get a bigger picture. Is like, okay, are we actually going to go into some kind of an uptrend or just a mediocre, choppy uptrend, which is probably more likely. So take the trades where you have them, but definitely take profits too. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.